Welcome into the channel. Please consider a like, subscribe, and a share. It really does help the channel grow. I've lost track at how many days it's been since my return to Cherno. I'm starting to lose track of where I've been. With the sleep deprivation from the night terrors, or the dreams, PTSD, whatever you call it, one day is just blending into the next. This is where mistakes happen. One gets complacent and sloppy. I don't want to get buried in my own confusion. It will be the death of me. Maybe it would do me some good to head to my base and get some R&R. Either way, there's absolutely nothing in Severgrad that I need at the moment. The only thing there that I would possibly need would be a fresh source of water. But that's not an issue. The only other draw to that city is a large fighting arena, which is pretty cool, I'd have to admit. We will go and take a venture in soon. There's a large quarry northeast of town. I think I'll head over that way. It might prove to be a safe passage across the main road. However, to get there, there's just thin-lined trees of cover spotted across this big empty field. I'll have to use that to make my way across. This little town just above Severgrad is Kalinovka. There's not much there at all but a water well and a few buildings. But with that base in close proximity that we've seen in the last chapter, the road through Cali is probably a high traffic area for those people that own that base. And like I said, the only cover between Severgrad and there to get through to the quarry are just thinly spaced patches of trees. Not a whole lot of cover, but it may prove and provide a little obscurity. But the main objective here is look before you leap. Make sure the area ahead of you and to your flanks are clear before you make a big move like this. Once you start and break cover, you're committed. There's no turning back. Well, look at there. He's bound to be trouble. Not too far off from the quarry now, about 800 meters across that open field. I'm going to go just a little bit north and wrap around that tree line right there. And 2 Mr. Moms in the general vicinity to which I travel. Lovely. Well, made it across that gap safely. Now on to the next. There's the quarry down in there. I'm going to wrap around to the trees to my left, try and take some cover across the main road up to the camps. It's interesting that the gauge of a successful day varies from person to person. A good day for me is not seeing a soul. Every day that I don't have to kill someone is a good day. It seems to be lately every time I pull that damn trigger, I lose a little bit more myself. And each life I take stays with me. It haunts me. Interesting. I can absolutely say with certainty this construction was not here the last time I was here. The style and architecture of those buildings are very reminiscent and indicative to those of Sakal at the geothermal plant. I'm wondering if they haven't built a thermal plant here. There's definitely a lot going on down there. All kinds of little nooks and crannies for people to be hiding in. Caution. Well, there is loot here. That's the first bed I've seen. I would imagine you're going to find a variation of tier 2 to 3 weapons, construction, maybe some rare items like remote detonators, C4. This is a large compound and would be a great challenge for any large faction to take over. I think you'd have better luck at just selecting a building and holding it. When it comes to the word complex, well, this is the icing on the cake, because it looks pretty intricate and complex. Lots of fighting can go on down here. On Sakal Island, this building is a large medical station. Looks like they didn't have time to set it up here. This would be the building to take over, as is. I better lay off those sodas. I can't fit through there. Up and over. Remember, when you get up on a roof, take a position that breaks your silhouette. You don't want to stick out like a sore thumb, do you? Or you're going to have a sore head. And there you go, remote detonator. I would imagine improvised cases and C4 can be found on site as well. Kaboom. I really should grab it. I have placed a tent at my base on my alt account during construction, but it's gotten glitched and I can't undeploy it. I have to blow it up. Mind you, I'm carrying more than enough grenades to get the job done. Wow, that sun's really creeping around. Don't have much daylight left. I really need to get to Novo before the sun goes down. It's the next largest city to my east, and arguably the second largest city in Cherno, with the city of Cherno, including its suburbs, being the largest. That right there is the little town of Severino, or Severgino, tomato. Not much of a town, I wouldn't call it a city, just a few strips of houses on either side of the road leading into Novo. However, it appears there's a newly constructed military outpost just at the edge of town. Overlooking that town across the road, just on that berm, the castle ruins of CH13. Gonna head up there and see if we can't get a better look down. We'll have to be careful. There likely will be mummy infected around. Yet again, a highly overlooked place to base. It's a pretty good defensive area. As long as you don't build higher than the tree canopy and give away your position from a long way out. A lot of people just zip right by, as there's typically not much up here to begin with, other than the castle itself. Mind you, that dirt road right there, that old logging road or farm road, it winds in to Northeast Airfield eventually. So the base might be discovered with travelers coming down from there. Novo is just down the end of this road. Well, not the end, but down this road. I'll shadow it, remaining about 100 to 150 meters off to its flank. Eventually I'm going to hook up to the train tracks. That'll lead us, well, into the train station. Starting to get low on H2O. There's a large, medium-sized dam just ahead. We'll have to top up our water there. Luckily, I have some chlorine tablets to clean up the water. Don't want to get any dysentery. There's the dam ahead of me, about half a click out, just under that cargo plane that's suspended in animation. There's a natural storage facility just after that dam, and it looks like it's been militarized. Large fences around it, and military encampments. Well, that's very cool. There's a MiG suspended in animation behind that cargo plane, as if coming in for a strike run. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I like it. I like it a lot. I got 3 chlorine tabs, pot, bottle of water, and a canteen. That'll get the job done for a little while. It's funny being in this location, up in this dam. I recall raiding a base here years ago. Proved to be quite difficult. They were well fortified. I do believe I was hospitalized on that trip. I'm just on the edge of the suburbs for Novo. This shipping container yard pretty much starts the city. Sure does look different from the last time I was here. Well fortified now. Looks like 10-foot high walls surrounding 2 entrances. Make a hell of a compound for a dedicated group. Ah, damn. Looks like that Sarka is blocked in. by the construction. It may have the clearance to pull out, but from this angle, doesn't look like it's going to happen. Alright, enough lollygagging. Sun's going down, and I need to get to a nice perch overlooking Novo before that happens. Don't want to be roaming around here at night. The only problem with that plan is the closer I come to rest, the quicker those terrors are going to come. Flashbacks from Everon. There are a lot of potential buildings for bases in Novo, and player could be laying in any one of them. So as much of a hurry I'm in, I still have to be cautious and methodical getting into town. Every step calculated and purposeful. You don't act unless you're sure, and you're not sure unless you look. It's the rule of Uda. Observe, orientate, decide, and act. Uda. It's a fundamental rule of engagement. That right there is the Dragon's Ridge, a trail that runs up into Krasno, or Northeast Airfield, and Chernye Polania, which is a medium-sized town that lay between Novo Dmitrievsk and Nif, Northeast Airfield. smart survivor that builds with a small footprint could literally hide in one of these buildings undetected. That sun is about to set. Only left with ambient light now. It won't be long. Novo train yard. This is where you're most likely going to catch someone unaware. Hunter's Vest. I was just going to walk down the rail. However, it's a perfect spot to get capped as well. So I think I'll up and around. Just on the other side of it, there's a nice ridge that looks down into the industrial and then up into the city. I think I'll make camp there for the night. This industrial area is an excellent place to source your building supplies. And if you're lucky enough, you'll find C4 triggers and improvised cases. I do believe this will be my spot for the night. Got an excellent view of the valley from either approach, east and west, and north for that matter. And there she goes. Probably should have sourced my material for fire before I lost my light. I do have my MBGs, but we all know I detest those. Alright, let's forge our material. I could probably get away without a fire. I'm pretty warm. It's been rather unseasonably warm for this time of year. However, the cold can creep in quick, so we'll just light a fire just in case. Now, I 100% would not recommend any of you do this, but I'm at the point where I'm exhausted and I just don't care. I'm gonna light my fire, I'm gonna climb under this bush, I'm gonna lay down, and god damn it, I'm gonna get some rest. So, we'll see you in the next chapter.